Hi, you all. It's Elizabeth with a thought for today. I was on a hike yesterday and I was totally in a funk. I started the hike, just there's a lot going on and I'm getting tired. And um, I was really, it's so many things to track right now. So my head was doing this, doing this, doing this. But I go to the woods to ground and I go to the woods to get present and I go to the woods to get quiet. And so I was kind of alternately being like, help me, God, help me, universe, help me, nature, like, help me, land. And then I was like, should I say this? And how am I going to structure that? Like, I was doing this thing. And then all of a sudden, what landed in me was this thought of what if everything's a gift? It was really everything's a gift. Everything's a gift. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to work with that. I'm going to work with that. I'm going to work with that as a story I tell myself for today. And at Sparkle Story is one of my primary themes, particularly for the month of March. This is something we're going to explore. I think the third week of March is the stories you tell yourself are powerful, right? So this is something I like to do. And I also like to play with concepts where it's like, or it's almost like doing a thought exercise or doing sort of a like take on a role or take on a thing. So I took it on. And I was like, what if everything's a gift? Everything's a gift. Everything's a gift. And suddenly it was like, oh, God, look at the buds on that tree. Look at the little teeny buds on that tree. And it slowed me way down. And I was like, that's a gift right there. There it is. There's the first gift. Look at those extraordinary little buds. And then suddenly there was a cardinal. It was just like right up here. It was really, really close to me. And it didn't move when I stopped to watch it. And it was a male cardinal and it was singing its heart out. And I was like, okay, there's the next one. Oh my gosh. That's a gift. That's a gift right there. And then I was starting to apply it. Of course, I was starting to apply it as a mental concept because I have this brain that likes to go and go and go. But I was like, oh, the coffee I'm going to have when I get home because I was waiting to have it till later. It's a gift. And the time with my team, the Sparkle team, I have the best Sparkle team right now. And like each one of them are a gift. And each thing I get to do today is a gift. Like it's all a gift. And it transformed, it took my day from, this into moments of like, look at that. And it's doing what I talk about, right? It was slowing me right down. Now, I always am talking about like, regulating our nervous systems, the power of a regulated nervous system, what that offers to yourself and others, right? More access. Well, first of all, like you get to be fully in your human experience. When you're regulated, it generally means you're present. And regulated nervous systems have more access to joy. I mean, they have access to a lot of things. There are a lot of feelings in a regulated nervous system. It doesn't mean you're always happy, right? But there's ultimately there's ease in the system, and that can inspire other people, right? So you hear me talk about this constantly, like, how do I get there? How do I get there? And sometimes I get there by, doing exercises, breathing, whatever. But yesterday it was this thought exercise. And it was really powerful. It was really powerful. And I know like you in this moment might be like, well, is the war a gift? And like, what about my mom who's struggling with whatever, and I'm not referring to my mom, but say someone's mom who's struggling with ovarian cancer or the friend that just had the heart attack or whatever it is. Like, is that a gift? Is that a gift? Now, there will be people that tell you that their greatest health trauma was a gift. But let's not go there for now. Let's not go there for now because I don't want to turn this into a mental exercise that keeps you or any of us stuck in kind of a like this. I want us to like play with it. So play with it with me. Like in this moment when you look around, like if everything's a gift, what's the gift? What's the gift? For me in this moment, it's the opportunity for me to share my thoughts and my inspirations with you because that's one of the most powerful things I can do for myself. There's also this little rose plant that I bought from the grocery store the other day, and it's blooming really beautifully in the sunshine here. It's like it loves living right there at the end of this table, and like that's a gift. And the fact that my glasses are super clean because I happened to find a little extra glasses wipe when I thought I was out of them, like I can see you, and and that's a gift. And I got a delicious invitation to go out to dinner with a friend tonight, and I'm super excited about it. And that's a gift. Like, those are gifts. I have another story about an interaction in an elevator that I'm going to tell you about. Such an extraordinary gift. I'm going to tell you about that in a separate video. Anyway, so play with me today, will you? Like, if everything's a gift, like, what in front of you is a gift? And does that help you go, oh, look at this human's face in front of me. Look at the way their eyes crinkle or their brow furrows when they're concerned. Look at the way they move their hands, whether it's an adult or a child. Like, can you feel it more? Can you show up more? If it's a gift, just that moment, you know? Or the challenge that's on your desk today, or the concern you have that you're working through, or the invitations you have from the world, because there are always invitations. Some of them feel good and some of them feel don't. But like, where are the gifts in that, right? And how does that change the way that you sit in yourself and in your day? Anyway, I thought it was powerful, so I thought I would share it with you. I hope that